Thin is in when it comes to notebook computers. The major manufacturers are practically stumbling over themselves to make these gadgets as thin and lightweight as possible. Of course, all that skinniness comes at a price. Here's a look at three of the newest models on the market. Apple's new MacBook Air is generating a lot of buzz, and it's easy to see why. This isn't just the thinnest notebook in the world, it's also the most stunning. Its thickest point only measures about 3/4 of an inch, yet it manages to hold a 13.3-inch LED backlit screen and full-size backlit keyboard. The Leopard operating system is the best there is, and it supports multi-touch gestures on the trackpad. That lets you zoom in, zoom out, and rotate documents with your fingers. On the downside, the MacBook Air comes with just one USB port, a micro DVI port for an external monitor, and a headphone jack. If you want to plug in an Ethernet cable, you have to use an adapter. Then there's the fact that there's no internal optical drive. If you want to use the optional external drive, you'll take up that lone USB port. Finally, there's the price. Configurations start at $1,800. Throw in a faster processor and a 64-gigabyte solid-state drive, and you're looking at $3,100. The Toshiba Portage R500 isn't as thin or good-looking as the MacBook Air, but at just 1.7 pounds, it's about half the weight. The LED backlit display looked great in any lighting condition, and the keyboard was a good size. Like larger laptops, it comes with 3 USB ports, an Ethernet port, an internal optical drive, a place to plug in a monitor, and a slot for peripheral cards. But the small lightweight design does come with limitations. While the screen looks good, it's only 12.1 inches. The keys are a bit spongy, and worst of all, the case is so thin that it feels very flimsy. Then there's the price. Configurations start at $2,000 and go up to $3,000 when you include a solid-state drive. The Lenovo ThinkPad X300 is larger and heavier than the Toshiba, but it's still a pretty portable package. It's less than an inch thick and weighs about the same as the Mac. And like the MacBook Air, it has a 13.3-inch LED backlit screen. The full-size keyboard has first-rate tactile feedback and offers both a trackpad and a track stick. The X300 is loaded with all the stuff you'd expect to have in a larger notebook, like USB ports, slots, and an optical drive. While the X300 feels really solid, the design is somewhat corporate and plain. Another drawback is that the Lenovo only comes in 2 configurations, each with a 64-gigabyte solid-state drive. That limits your storage and means the cheapest option starts at more than $2,500. With their various limitations, I can't see using any of these notebooks as my primary computer, but if portability is important and price is no option, they're definitely worth a look. For Smart Money TV, I'm Dan Burrows.